In this video, we'll talk to you about why Sweden is such an awesome country. We'll convince you by talking about a Swedish gathering tradition. Ever heard of it? That's right, we're going to talk about the Swedish Fika.
Fika is what you would call a coffee break in English, but the Swedes prefer not to translate the Swedish word since it would lose its significance. Even though Fika is often associated with coffee, a Fika could also mean a cup of tea, or sometimes even a glass of juice, and it does almost always include something to eat, such as biscuits, cakes, or even sweets, accompanied with a drink. According to the official Sweden.se website, Fika is much more than just having a coffee. It's a social phenomenon, maybe even a ritual which has been passed on through generations, making it an important Swedish tradition and an essential part of the Swedish life.
According to Big Steve, a famous YouTuber, Fika is very important in Sweden.
As I said before, Fika is more important to Swedish people than sex.
We don't have any statistics of people rather choosing Fika over sex, but we do know that Fika is a great deal here in Sweden. The huge amount of cafes might confirm the popularity of the Fika. Here in Malmö, there are even two of the same cafes right next to each other, probably because of the high demand. It is called Espresso House, and together with Starbucks, they are two of the most well-known cafes here in Sweden.
Unquestionably, it's an important part of the Swedish life. Common at workplaces, it could be an important social event of the day, where both employees and management would gather to discuss both private and professional matters.
Because of our excessive Fika, there's no doubt why the Swedes have taken on the role as one of the greatest coffee and sweets consumers in the world. According to The Atlantic, Sweden is in the top third of the world's biggest coffee drinkers, meaning that our per capita consumption of coffee is 1.357 cups a day.
For most people outside Sweden, coffee is just about fueling up. While in Sweden, it is something that we look forward to, maybe even plan with our friends. And when you have the Swedish Fika, it's a moment where everything else stops and you have time to savor the moment. This works perfectly in our stressful world. We crave for a little bit of time to relax, and Fika is a great excuse to slow down.
Sweden has one of the most happiest population on earth, and maybe Fika has something to do with that. Even if Fika sounds like something revolutionary and fantastic, it's just a part of the Swedish everyday life. Here in Sweden, we have embraced the coffee more than the most, having Fikas any chance we can. And it's a tradition which you might learn a thing or two from. So next time you take that early morning before work coffee, take an extra minute to enjoy it, the Swedish way.
Join us next time when we will talk about how to have a real and authentic Swedish Fika. Until then, have a great day. Hej då!